Hello everyone, you're welcome once more to MEPH. If you're new to this channel, you're highly welcome. Do well to subscribe to this channel and share these videos to students out there that needs to improve on their math skill. Alright, so let's get right into today's question. It is on sequence and series. So the question says given the arithmetic progression, so we have it as M6N12P. So we should find the sum of what M, N, and what P. So how do we solve this? Okay, first let me bring out the arithmetic progression. So we have our M, we have our 6, we have our N, 12, okay, and we have P. Okay, now there are two methods we can use to solve this. Okay, the first approach is our common difference method. So this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, and this is the fifth term. All right. So like I said, the first method we can use to solve this is what? The common, okay, difference method. Now, what do I mean by the common difference method? Now, the common difference D is usually, okay, we have this minus this minus this minus this, and this minus this. So let's start with the second term. So we can say T2 minus T1, which is equal to this minus this, which is T3 minus what? T2. So the third term minus what? The second term, which is equals to what? The fourth term minus what? The third term. And lastly, the fifth term minus what? We have the fourth term. Okay. Now let's substitute into all this to see if we can, find out something which we can solve. So remember, my T2, the second term, 6. Okay, T1 is M. So let's substitute for that quickly. So we have all this as what? Okay, I have 6 minus, okay, we have N, which is equals to T3 is N. So we have N minus our second term again is 6, which is equals to our T4 here is what? It's 12. So we have our 12 here minus, okay, our third term is N, which is equals to our T5 is P, so minus what? We have the fourth term as what? 12. Okay. So now that we have this, I can be able to recognize something here. You can observe that with me. Okay. I can say we have N here, we have N here. So we can bring out from this equation, we can be able to solve for the value of what? N or what? Our T3. So let's use this and solve for the value of what? Our T3. So what we are going to do is, remember we have N minus 6, which is equals to what? 12 minus what? N. All right. So let's solve that to see what that will give us. So I'm going to have, okay, now we have to collect like terms, all right? So since N is here and N is here, we have to keep them on one side. So all I need to do is I'm going to what? Add N to both sides. So if I add N here, I'm also going to add N here. So N plus N is going to give us 2N, okay, minus what? 6 is equals to what? We have 12 minus N plus N is 0, so we have 12 plus 0, which is still what? 12. Okay. Now our next step is what? We are going to what? Remove minus 6 by adding 6 to both sides. So I have my 2n minus 6 plus 6 is going to give us, remember we have 12, so we are going to add 6 to this. So this minus 6 plus 6 is 0, so we have 2n plus 0, which is 2n, which is equals to what? We have 12 plus 6, which is going to give us 18. Now from this, we can divide both sides by what? The coefficient of n, to be able to get the value of n. So our n in this case is going to be, so we have 2n divided by 2 and 18 divided by 2. So this can cancel out this, so we are left with our n is equals to what? So if 2 divide 18 we have is 9. Now that we have the value of our n as 9, we can now be able to solve for n, and we can also be able to solve for p. So let's solve for n and the p, okay, using the value of what? N. All right. So remember, we've gotten our n as what? 9. So let me write it. Our n is equals to what? 9. All right. So now to solve for n, okay, we can use this part. So let's use this part of the, the formula for our common difference to solve for n. So remember, we have 6 minus n. Okay, 6 minus n is equals to what? We have n minus 6. Our n, remember, is 9. So we have 9 minus 6. So 9 minus 6. 9 minus 6 is going to give us what? 3. Okay. Now, since 9 minus 6 is 3, we can now be able to solve for what? N. We have 6 minus n is equals to what? 3. So how do we solve for n? Okay. Now I want to make n the subject of the formula. So how do we do that? Okay. Now to do that, I can decide to first of all add m to both sides. Okay, so let's add m. So I'm going to add m here. Okay, and I'm also going to add m here. So it's going to be m minus m. So we have m minus m plus what? 6, which is equals to what? 3 plus what? M. Now, m minus m we know is 0. Okay. So since m minus m is 0, we have 0 plus 6. So 0 plus 6 is equals to what? We have 3 plus what? M. All right. Now, from these, we can now what? Make m subject by subtracting 3 from both sides. Now 0 plus 6 is to 6. So we have 6 is equals to what? 3 plus what? M. Now I'm going to subtract this 3 here, and I'm also going to subtract 3 here. Now if we do that, what are we going to have left? So here I have 6 minus 3, which is what? 3, which is equals, we have 3 minus 3, so 3 minus 3 plus what? N. Now 3 minus 3 is 0, so we have this as 0 plus n. So our 0 plus n is also what? M. Okay, so our m is equals to what? We have 3. Now lastly, we can now solve for our value of what? P. Now let's solve for the value of P. Now, how do we solve for the value of P? We want to solve for the value of P, okay, using this side of what? This expression or equation. What to do is we have 12 minus our n is what? 9, which is equals to what? We have P minus what? 12. Now, 12 minus 9 is 3. So 3 is equals to, we have P minus what? 12. Now from this, how do we find our P? Okay, we can remove minus 12 by adding 12 here and also adding 12 here. So minus 12 plus 12 is 0. So we have 12 plus 3i left hand side, which is 15, which is equals to what? P plus what? This is 0. And p plus 0, I know is what? P. So our p in this case is what? 15. So p is equals to what? 15. Alright, so this is the common difference method of solving, for the unknown values of m, n, and p. Alright, but the question says we should find what? The sum of m, n, and p. Now, what does sum mean? Sum means we should simply add all this. So if we add them, okay, 9 plus 3 is 12. Okay, so this is 12. All right. So 12 plus 15 is going to give us 27. So 27 gives us the final answer to this problem. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button. Do well to subscribe to this channel and share this video to someone out there. In subsequent video, I'm going to use the second method of solving this problem. Bye.